Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, the 7th of April, 2017, about 9:20 a.m., and that is Central Daylight Time. All right, last night, 9-something, whatever time, we get the flashes on TV and everything that the U.S. has launched a strike on Syria, 59 Tomahawk missiles, as the president had been eating with a Premier Xi at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, that had to be an interesting part. Today's conversations between the two gentlemen's got to be just fascinating because Korea's going to come up. Our president, unlike President Obama, did what he said he would do. There is a line, and when the clock has run out, he made an action. What if he says the clock has run out on North Korea? Just give you an idea. We had jobless numbers come out today, a bunch of other data. But, of course, the question is, how far-reaching is the Syrian attack? Is it a one-off event? You saw the energies spike to the upside. Everything took off, with the exception of natural gas here, which is looking at how U.S. weather is warming up right now. Grains are staying today, as you can see, under some selling pressure. The bonds and notes, the yield on the 10-year note at one point last night went to 2.28. Now remember, we were 2.6% after the Fed quarter-point hike just a short while ago. Now we've given all of that up. Yeah, all of that up, and we're right back down. With the jobless data today, and let's take a look at that, you have to wonder what this means. They were looking for, I thought they were looking for 180,000. They say 175 here. They got about half of that. Okay, not bad. I mean, everything's entitled to come back. Most of the loss was in retail, which was interesting. Unemployment rate, even with it, and there's weird ways that gets figured out, down to 4.5%. 5%. The U.S. private sector payrolls picked up only 89,000 versus 227 last time. Government increased its payroll by 1,000. The participation rate's right where it was. And you always look to see what's going on in the hourly earnings, and they're not up strong. They are still a laggard. They are not picking up very strong. Industrial production in the UK fell 0.7 from January. They had expected a rise of 0.3, and that put pressure on the pound right away. As we come here, we can see that the housing data by Eurostat shows final quarter of 2016 home prices in the EU were up 0.8 from the third quarter and up 4.1% from the year earlier quarter. And that's a big rise in that. So that's an inflation number that they'll be looking at. Data from the Chinese central bank shows that their FX reserves were up slightly in March. Remember, they'd been falling, so they're stabilizing is probably the best thing that you can say. The stock market, which got hit last night, it's made up everything. I mean, the market is off its lows by, 140 points in the Dow, up 30 points in the NASDAQ. So that one hit was it. But what hasn't given up the rally is the gold market. The dollar, as you'd expect, would get a bit of a bid, but nothing crazy. It's near the highs, but only up 16 ticks on the day. So an interesting day, a lot of data to absorb, and of course, the big event's going to be the Syrian airstrike. Other than Russia taking a small hit on the chin, there'll be no other action from them on that. Although Senator McCain did say he wouldn't be surprised if Russia tests the U.S. now in the Ukraine. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said just moments ago. Let's talk for a moment, if we could, on how you're going to keep up with these events. Everybody's writing a newsletter right now, and they're going to send it on to Consensus. Consensus will publish these. They'll start publishing tonight. You'll be able to see them over the weekend, and you get to take it by the gold, the silver, any categories you want. Look at all these contributors. There's not a few of them. There's a massive amount of them, and that is the beauty. Then they take the newsletters, let's say just gold, and they'll do a bullish or bearish consensus on what that is. You get a 4-week trial. Simply give us a call. You can go to our website. You'll see a carousel of free offers for it, or just click right up here. You see this icon? If you're watching me on YouTube, the form will appear. Fill everything out there. We'll get it to you. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great weekend, and I'll see you later today in my end of the day video.